Yo, what's up guys? In today's video I got some huge Chicago Bulls news. The Bulls have recently hired a new athletic trainer. But before I get into that and more news in the video, if you guys missed out on my last video, definitely go check that video out. It had a lot of big Chicago Bulls news surrounding the whole NBA draft and Killian Hayes. Also, I just want to say thank you guys again for 9K subs. We are now on the road to 10K and I just can't wait to keep building this community. Thank you guys for all the love recently, for just liking any video or leaving any comments or questions. You know, I always appreciate it, so just thank you guys. It means everything to me. So let's just jump into today's video. As you guys might have known, a few months ago, the Bulls kind of fired their main athletic trainer. And let's be honest, thankfully they did. You know, I'm pretty sure his name was Jeff Tanica or something like that. Sorry if I mispronounced that. You know, he seemed like a good dude, but the whole time when he was our main trainer, our players just kept getting hurt. They got injured every season. I felt like every year the Bulls had a big injury, no matter what. Thankfully, this offseason, we fired him. We kind of just blew up everything, and the Bulls are finally trending upwards. It feels great, man. It feels great to say that. The Bulls have just been in a dark place for a good few years now, and everything, we're finally looking up. We're finally seeing the sunlight. I'm just happy. But yesterday, the Chicago Bulls announced they have hired Todd Campbell as the Bulls' next athletic trainer. And he spent the past 3 seasons with the New Orleans Pelicans as the team's athletic trainer and physical therapist. And let me just say, this is a great hire for the Chicago Bulls. You know, Todd, he brings more than 16 years of NBA experience in both athletic training and physical therapy to the Bulls organization. And not only did he work his way up to be an athletic trainer, you know, he's also been around winning, so he's very experienced other than just the 16 years. You know, he was on the staff during Boston's 2008 NBA championship season and as well as the 2010 NBA final season. And pretty much everywhere he's went, injuries have reduced because of him. So this is a great hire from the Chicago Bulls' new front office. You know, the Bulls just keep making great hires. You know, I'm not going to really talk about this subject because Scottie Pippen, I saw he said something, I think yesterday or today by the time I'm recording this video. He was kind of bashing the Billy Donovan hire, but Scottie's, earlier in the season, Scottie said he didn't even know half the Bulls players on the roster, and that's BS, man. He's just upset with the last dance, then the Bulls fired him as ambassador or whatever. I don't know what's up with Scottie recently, but he's just been hating on the Bulls and bashing us, man. And the next topic in today's video is about Billy Donovan and his future coaching staff. I know the Bulls have kept some of the assistants, but I know some of them are free agents or whatever you want to call that right now. But a big rumor that's been going around ever since the Billy Donovan hire, you know, it's going to be really curious to see if Hall of Fame point guard Maurice, he was a head coach in Portland, Philadelphia, and Detroit. You know, he's very experienced around the NBA. I mean, he was a great point guard, you know, a Hall of Fame point guard. You know, he's been a coach, and he also been assistant coach for many seasons in the NBA. He knows the NBA game, and he's also a Chicago native, so it just made sense. And to add even more onto that, Maurice Cheeks, he also served as Billy Donovan's assistant for all 5 seasons in OKC. And those 5 seasons, you know, they didn't come close to a losing record. Billy Donovan is nothing but a winner. So it would be good for Coby White as well, you know, our young point guard, especially in the NBA draft. If we draft a point guard with the 4th pick, it will help him as well because, I mean, shit, if we could get a Hall of Fame assistant coach to help our young point guards, and he already has a good connection with Billy Donovan, we might as well hire him, because I know that rumor's been going around all over Twitter and such. So that will be an interesting just thing to monitor and see if the Bulls bring him home, of course. And to end this video, you know, Lauri Markkanen has said nothing but positivity about the Bulls, just everything that they've changed. Because I saw earlier in the season before it got suspended, and when the Bulls were I'd say we were in a dark place for the most part. You know, Lauri Markkanen said if things don't change, you know, if he's not inserted into the offense more, he's going to want to leave Chicago. I don't know if that's true or false. You know, that could just be a rumor. But ever since all these new hires, Lauri Markkanen has been happy. And he's really excited for Billy Donovan's offensive system and just to help him become a better player and actually use him more than just a 3-point shooter like Jim Boylan did. So to end this video, I have Lauri Markkanen talking about like the Bulls bubble, of course talking about the new Bulls coach and just the organization, and just giving us some insight on training camp and such. So I'm going to throw that video up when I'm done talking. I hope you guys enjoyed today's quick news video. Thank you guys for all the love and support recently. I hope you guys have a good one.
Kind enough to join us while he's operating within the Bulls bubble, Lauri Markkanen, heading into his 4th year in the NBA. Lauri, thanks for the time. We appreciate it, man. How are you doing right now?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing great, buddy. We were discussing your hoodie and my appreciation for the incredibly rock solid Chicago hoodie you've got rocking right now.
Best of all time.
Comfortable, clean, most importantly, they do laundry. Speaking of the bubble and how that process is going on, obviously you guys just got introduced to it. You guys are getting into a little bit of a rhythm with it. What is that like after kind of a very strange layoff to start getting into a little bit more of a routine again?
I mean, it's been great. Just excited to play basketball again, get contact, work in, and just compete, to be honest. Just everything's been individual work before this, so everybody's just super excited. And I'm not going to lie, the first day, the basketball wasn't probably the prettiest, just having the 6 months off before that, but I think day by day we've been looking better on the court.
I would imagine that it's something familiar in a time that probably feels a little bit unfamiliar, probably a little strange. To have something like this back in your life on a consistent basis probably makes you feel a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, for sure. The unknown is the worst part. You don't know. You didn't know when it's going to end or if it's going to end. So I'm just happy. I'm going to take the most out of it these 2 weeks and just hang out with my teammates, spend time with them, and just compete on the floor. Just to have fun on the floor again.
I know you've had some discussions with Arturas and Mark, new members of the front office, obviously. Can you give us a little bit of a sense of what they've talked to you about as you get set for the season?
It's been mostly just getting to know each other. Of course, we've talked about basketball a good amount, but I think it's mostly been just building a relationship. And I think this bubble is good for us to hang out with each other. And like me and Arcidiacono were playing ping pong already. And just, I mean, I need to get my rematch, but but it's been great just getting to know them, and I'm excited.
I feel like these are interesting conversations to have with somebody new, regardless, right? You have I will use the word boss for the sake of, relatability here, but everybody meets their new boss or meets, a superior, or meets somebody who has some influence their life is going to be like going forward. Are you nervous? Does that make you nervous? Does that get you excited about things? Just you as a person, you as a human being, how do you deal with that?
Yeah, it wasn't making me nervous. Of course, first time just saying hello, of course it's a little butterflies that time, but then just I knew some people I know, and we kind of had common friends, and just so I kind of knew how great of a guy they both are. So I was just excited to hang out with them and get conversation going and just spend time with them. So it was just they're all humans after all too. So it's nice to hang out with them.
Another human that will have some influence on you going forward is Billy Donovan, new head coach of the Bulls. We had a chance to interact with him recently. Can you talk about any interactions that you've had with him?
Yeah, we talked on the phone once. It was pretty quick. He just wanted to introduce himself and can't wait to come here. And of course, I can't wait to meet him. And actually, same thing then with AK and Mark, just get to know him on a personal level first. And then because I know we're going to spend a ton of time on the court and just working on things. But then I think it all starts with having to trust each other and go from there.
It's interesting. I'm always fascinated to know what NBA people, players in particular, think of other NBA people or teams or groups. What is the perception of what you've seen from playing the Thunder a couple of times a year, maybe watching them during the playoffs? What was your impression of that team that Billy happened to be coaching?
I mean, I don't think many people expected OKC to be in the playoffs in the first place. So that was just huge, and just see how you use the players to their strengths and just see how they can play with 3 point guards at the same time on the floor and how to make it work. And so obviously won before, and he's been successful. So I'm excited to work with him and just get to know him and go from there.